glimpses of what these officers were facing. It really ended up in a lot of hand-to-hand combat with these rioters who got quite violent. So what we're about to show you is brand new footage from several different perspectives just being released by the court in the case of Scott Fairlamb. He's a gym owner from New Jersey. He is still detained in jail because the judge determined that he was still dangerous. He's charged with assaulting police and carrying a dangerous weapon into the Capitol. So let's show this first video clip. These two clips are taken from a YouTube poster. They were taken off YouTube. Take a look.
No, they work for us. Fuck them.
So you can see right there, this is the defendant, Scott Fairlamb, in that camouflage jacket. He's taunting the police, he's following them, pushing them, shoving them, and then finally punching them. We also have other video dealing with this same defendant. Let's take a look at that. This is him up close.
We fucking disarm them, and then we storm the fucking Capitol. Huh? Fuck you. What Patriots do? We fucking disarm them, and then we...
And you see it right there. He's on multiple different cameras, multiple different videos, expressing his violent views there. And you know, these videos were central to this court case, and they're only just being released publicly now. Before this, back in April, these videos were actually reviewed by the judge in chambers, out of public view. And what's interesting is because of these videos, the judge in this case, Judge Lambert, wrote, "If any crime establishes danger to the community and a disregard for the rule of law, assaulting a riot gear-clad police officer does." And then it turned out that this defendant, Scott Fairlamb, he has a history of being violent. The judge also wrote, "The defendant's history of punching people in the face suggests that he may punch people in the face again." So Scott Fairlamb, he has been detained throughout this entire process, John, and now these videos coming to light showing exactly why the judge has decided to keep him detained, because of his violence on January 6th and also his history of violence. But we are getting this steady stream of videos now that CNN and other media outlets have gone to court to get this out into the public view to once again, John, as you mentioned at the top, push back on this false narrative that this was just a peaceful day at the Capitol.
Well, it's critically important that we piece together exactly what happened that day, who was there, who was responsible, whether there were leaders, whether it was organization, but walk through just so our viewers understand that we're not gratuitously showing pictures of a violent attack on the Capitol. These are being released in sequence because of these court fights. Explain how these are gathered as evidence, correct? And the news organizations are saying since they're in a public court file, or a court file, they should be made public.
That's exactly what the fight has been through these past several weeks and several months. These videos that we're seeing, they were either shown in court, or in the case of a few of these videos from Scott Fairlamb, they were shown privately to a judge in chambers. The media, the news media organizations are saying because these are being part of a public proceeding, a court proceeding, using taxpayer dollars, they should be released to the public. So that's exactly what's happening now. CNN, in effect, winning this court fight and getting these videos released to the public. That's what you're seeing now. John?
Jessica, stand by. We appreciate the hustle on this breaking news. Let's bring into the conversation now the former FBI Deputy Director, Andy McCabe, who's a CNN senior law enforcement analyst. Now, Andy, when you watch this, number one, just as an investigator, the value of this direct on-camera video evidence of one defendant in this case, but also obviously other